Since my last update, Danielle Goodwin has started work at the Trust as our part-time administrative officer, working alongside Charlotte. She's been in post now for over a month, so many of you will already have spoken to her. The NAC has also recently appointed someone to specifically provide support to them because much of their work is done outside normal office hours. We're delighted to have Gillian Sherwood on board and really look forward to working with her. As many of you will be aware, Louise Midas Mansell sadly passed away in early November. She'll be greatly missed. We haven't accepted any new beneficiaries in the last 3 months, so the total number of beneficiaries is currently 465. It's almost that time of year again when we hold elections for the NAC. This year there'll be 3 vacancies to fill, as Carolyn, Craig and Carl all reach the end of their current term. We'd like to ask you to consider standing for the NAC. We feel it's important for new voices to be heard and for the NAC to be as representative as possible. If you're interested in standing, you'll need to let us know by 5 p.m. on Monday the 7th of January. And if you'd like to talk to a current NAC member about what's involved, you can get in touch with Phil Williams. You can do this by clicking on the Contact Phil button just underneath his photo on the Trust website, or calling the office and we can give you his contact details. He'll be happy to provide more information and also answer any questions that you might have. At the recent NAC meeting, members voted for a number of internal posts. Jeff Adam Spink was elected as NAC Chair, Roland Barham was elected as Shadow Finance Team Leader, and Carolyn was elected as Co-Chair of Health and Wellbeing Committee. All these appointments will commence in April 2019, subject to Carolyn being re-elected to the NAC. I'd like to record my thanks to the current post holders: Roland Barham, NAC Chair, Nick Dobbrick, Shadow Finance Team Leader, and Simone Ilger, Co-Chair of Health and Wellbeing Committee, for their hard work, their enthusiasm and their commitment over the time they've been in these roles.
On Friday the 1st of March 2019, the Trust will be holding its Future Money Matters event at the Blue Radisson Hotel at London Stansted Airport. Future Money Matters is a finance-themed event for beneficiaries that will provide you with up-to-date information about a range of important future financial planning topics. The event will also provide you with the opportunity to pre-book one-to-one meetings with the independent financial specialists that will be attending on the day. The topics that we plan to cover include inheritance tax planning, making a will, lasting power of attorney, mortgages and personal loans, and there'll be a session about the new changes in the benefit systems on universal credit. The event is also a great way to meet up with fellow beneficiaries, and there'll be time set aside within the day's agenda for you to catch up and socialise with fellow beneficiaries. Information about the event is now available on the Trust website, and there's an online booking form too. So just visit the Trust homepage, click on Money Matters at the top of the menu bar, and then select Future Money Matters.
We're continuing to develop the Trust website, and there's been a lot happening behind the scenes in preparation for some new content and new features going live. We've built a professionals directory which is now available in the Health and Wellbeing section. This is a list of surgeons, doctors and other medical professionals that the Trust have been working with. You can read reviews from their patients as well as their colleagues and find out whether they've treated any beneficiaries before. This is to help you and your GP make an informed decision about your care. The finance team have been working hard on some new information for the Money Matters section, and this will be live soon. In the meantime, if you haven't seen them yet, there's some helpful videos on the Future Money Matters page which are worth a watch. Speaking of videos, we've recently uploaded some footage from the local event held in Bristol in October. The first session was from Deborah, Katie, Craig and Phil, and was about the recent changes and future plans of the Trust. And the second section was about health and pain management from Dr. Susan Brennan and Matt Kinnell, who's a physiotherapist and a pain specialist. We've included the BSL interpreter in the shot, as well as some subtitles for everyone to be able to access. And finally, we're in the process of creating a bespoke beneficiary community, which will include a forum as well as the existing Your Story section. You'll be able to discuss a range of topics with each other and give advice as well as ask for it, so look out for that in the new year.
We're about to start an exciting project to investigate the likely care and support needed by beneficiaries in the future and to estimate the cost of this care. There is an accepted and well-established way of calculating these costs that's routinely used to calculate the amount of damages that might be awarded in a personal injury claim. We're working with one of the leading national companies, Bush & Company, that assesses individuals and costs their future care needs for those sorts of claims. Bush & Company are adapting this conventional approach, especially for people damaged by thalidomide. So we'll be carefully selecting 15 people who are broadly representative of the beneficiary community to take part in this study. Each person will have a detailed assessment of their future care needs carried out by trained and experienced assessors from Bush & Company. These needs will then be costed and will be used as an indicator of the likely costs for beneficiaries with similar damage patterns. This project will provide us with strong evidence that will help us explain to Diageo and the government how important their funding is and how much money beneficiaries will need to meet their future care costs. The Trust will be identifying people to take part and contacting them directly, so you don't have to do anything, and the study will take about 18 months to complete, just in time for the next funding rounds. And as always, a reminder about the cardiovascular risk study. If you think you're going to be having an operation in the next year or two, please let the Health and Wellbeing team know and we can talk to you about taking part in that study.
We've now exceeded our annual target of 150 HNAs in 2019, which means that 2/3 of beneficiaries have now had an HNA. If you haven't yet had one, we'll be in touch to arrange one at some point during 2019. To comply with the terms of our agreement with the 4 UK Departments of Health and Social Care, we need to meet with every beneficiary living in the UK at least every 3 years to find out what they're spending their health grant on. We hope that this discussion will be part of a broader HNA, but if for some reason you do not want to have an HNA, a member of the team will still have to come out and visit you to discuss your health grant expenditure.
Just a reminder that if you're unable to work and are thinking of applying for Employment and Support Allowance, ESA, you should do so as soon as possible. This is because once universal credit is rolled out, under the new rules, many beneficiaries will receive less than they would have done under ESA. If you want to find out more, contact the Health and Wellbeing team to talk to us about it.
PricewaterhouseCoopers have recently completed their annual audit of the Trust's finances, and one of the recommendations they have made is that ahead of changes to banking regulations, we must verify the nominated bank account details for all beneficiaries to ensure that we have the correct account name as well as the sort code and account number. Failure to have this in place will delay or stop future payments. The finance team will be in touch with you in the new year to explain what we require to ensure that there is no disruptions to your future trust payments.
The Thalidomide Society AGM and Conference 2019 is going to be held on Saturday the 6th of April at the Hilton at St George's Park near Burton-on-Trent. There's a packed and interesting programme ending with a conference dinner and entertainment, and for the first time the NAC will be hosting the afternoon programme with a focus on health and wellbeing, with the opportunity to hear from Dr Susan Brennan, Medical Advisor to the Trust. If you'd like to attend this event, please contact Dr Ruth Blue, Secretary to the Board of Trustees of the Thalidomide Society, on 020 8464 9048, or email her at ruthblue@thalidomidesociety.org, or check their website.
There is exciting new opportunity to be involved in volunteering in the Trust. We are looking for beneficiaries throughout the UK to become Connect volunteers for their local area. The role of the Connect volunteer is to help other beneficiaries in that area to find out about local services and activities and offer support to access them if necessary. This might range from helping someone book an appointment with a benefits advisor to helping them find a reliable plumber or a Pilates class. If you're knowledgeable about your area and would like to help other beneficiaries and can use the internet easily, this role might be for you. Contact me at michelle.robinson@thalidomidetrust.org at the Trust to find out more.
The Thalidomide Society has received National Lottery funding for thalidomide stories and oral history of thalidomide survivors. The project will capture the voices of at least 46 beneficiaries over the next 2 years and is supported by the British Library and the Science Museum. A team of volunteer interviewers from the Society membership will be trained to conduct some of the interviews, and there'll be a number of exciting dissemination events across the UK. The final audio recordings and transcripts will be transferred to the British Library Sound Archive, where they'll become part of one of the largest collections of recorded sound in the world. The Thalidomide Society are now seeking to recruit more interviewees from within the beneficiary community and would love to hear from you. Please contact Dr. Ruth Blue at the Thalidomide Society and she'll be happy to give you more information and have an informal chat about the project. And finally, just to let you know that the Trust office will be closed from 4 p.m. on Monday the 24th of December through till 9 a.m. on Wednesday the 2nd of January 2019. If you have any regular financial payments during the closure period, these will be made as normal, but they may arrive with you a little early. However, if you need additional payments to be made between the 20th of December and the 2nd of January, you'll need to contact us by midday on Wednesday the 19th of December to let us know so that we can set these up for you. Best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from everyone at the Trust.